My name is Paul Macres, and I play the bass. I play the bass with the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra. I've been here for 7 years. I'm originally from Minnesota, Minnetonka, Minnesota, home of the Moccasins. Grew up there, and then I went to school. I went to school in New York, went to school in Houston at Rice. I lived in LA for a few years, freelancing. And when I was in LA, I auditioned for the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra in 2012, and here I am. So moving here, what brought me here was the Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra. So I play with them full-time. It's a 36-week season. We start in the middle of September and we go until May. And so we have rehearsals during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we have usually 1 or 2 concerts over the weekend, maybe 3 at the Orpheum, sometimes at Mahalia Jackson. We play with the opera. Through the orchestra, I also teach at a few different schools, notably Homer Plessy, which is down in the French Quarter. And then I have my own private studio here in New Orleans, where I teach anywhere from 10-year-olds to 70-year-olds. I have a wide range of students. A few of my colleagues from the symphony, we have a string quartet that we travel around Louisiana playing weddings. Sometimes we go busking in the French Quarter, which is pretty fun. My colleague Hannah, she has a lot of really cool arrangements of pop tunes, ranging from the Beatles to Ed Sheeran to Muse to Guns N' Roses. So it's great, and we play all over the place, and we're trying to actually expand our business. Any orchestral audition, there's a lot of competition because there aren't many jobs out there. There's only maybe 30 full-time symphonies in the US that you could make a living off of. Classical auditions for orchestras, they're all behind a screen, so you have no idea who's listening to you behind the screen, and subsequently they have no idea who they're listening to. Totally blind, totally fair. So there's no nepotism involved. You go round by round, so you go in there and you play for 5 minutes and they either say yes or they say no. And you're cut if they say no. Luckily I made past the first round, so did about 12 other bass players. You go to the second round, you play a few more different orchestral excerpts, maybe a solo. They cut it down again to like 4 players. And this is the final round, and I made it to the final round, so you maybe play for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just solo, mostly solo pieces, maybe some really intense excerpts. And yeah, then they whittled it down to 2, and somehow I survived, and here I am now, so. Some awesome moments outside of classical music. I got to be on an episode of How I Met Your Mother one time, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually playing, but I was pretending to play. Because when you sideline on a TV show, they never want you to actually play. And then in the summers, since we're off here in Louisiana, I travel a lot, and I play with different orchestras across the country, in Colorado, up in Minnesota where I'm from, and then I go out to LA where I used to live because I play with the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra, which is a really cool orchestra that plays summer performances in the Hollywood Bowl, which is iconic concert venue in Los Angeles. And I mean, we've played with so many people. We've played with, I mean, I can't even think. We've played with Chicago, we've played with Stevie Wonder, we've played with Jennifer Hudson. But one concert that really stuck out, we played with the Muppets, which was like killer. It was amazing. Like the Muppets were in front of us, and all the Muppeteers were controlling the Muppets, and we were playing all these Muppet tunes. We played Phenomena. We played all this stuff, and the Muppets were on stage, and it was really like, I don't know when I'd ever be able to say I'd played with the Muppets. And anytime I can play with my colleagues in a small like chamber music setting, that's a lot of fun.